Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.
We are live from Los Angeles, NFTLA. We are going to tell you today why this market is up and why it can continue to go up. So this is the market update. I'm your host, Bill Noble. This show is brought to you by tokenmetrics.com. If you've been on the stream before, welcome. If you're new to the stream and recorded video, please subscribe to our channel. Turn on alerts so you know we're going live. And most of all, if you like the content, please give us a like and a thumbs up. All right, let's welcome who's on the stream here. Okay, we have Joe, we have Aiken, we have Richmond, Virginia. James, welcome. Silent Sandal here again. All right, we have the Caribbean, right? Johnny's Ice Cream in Pennsylvania, welcome. Okay, we have Detroit, we have Georgia, right? We have Georgia, all right? Amsterdam, Oregon, okay? Jordan in the Middle East, okay? Somebody's got a singing bowl for her birthday. Right? Hello, Orlando, Slovenia. All right. All sorts of far off lands. Boston, Texas, Austin, as always. India up late at night. All right. Hey, Kirk giving me some love. We said 47K, and here we are. Want to know how I knew that video was going to be right? Well, you nice people watched it, but like 1,000 people, 1,000 fewer people watched it than normal. Like your view count on YouTube is becoming like the best technical indicator ever. Okay. All right. So Sheldon is asking the eternal question after a move. Should we enter? Okay. Or should we wait? Going to take care of all of that in a second, right? Give you the best answer possible. Even got guys calling in from the Ukraine. All right, people, let's jump into your market update. To go with it or not, I was ahead of the game on the question. All right, so, you know, we talked 47. We talked what happens when, you know, they try to wreck the market over the weekend from geopolitics and fail. All right, now we're in a situation where it feels like no one wants to buy it. Right? Why? Because, well, for 9 weeks, if you bought a rally, you got smoked. So now no one wants to do it that way. So let's jump into just the big picture. Let's start with that first. So when we have the big picture here, Bitcoin has been in a range. And in the bottom right-hand corner, of course, you have where we are right now. So people think that Bitcoin is in a bear market or crypto's in a bear market while some altcoins got wrecked. But this is not a bear market, right? This is a market going sideways. So much so that it feels like a bear market. And when you get to the bottom right-hand corner of one of these, you know, rectangular or angular consolidation, no one wants to be long. This reminds me of the S&P between 2000 and 2009. Okay. Now in 2000 at the top, everybody wanted to be long, just like they did in March of last year at Bitcoin Miami. All right. And then in the bottom right-hand corner, you have 2009, which looked like the apocalypse and no one wanted to be long. Hence, it gave birth to this huge bull market. So this is not necessarily for prediction. It's an example of what can happen when no one believes it and no one wants to get long. Right. I remember what Kramer was saying, you know, when equities were like 30 or 40% off of its low. Right. And Kramer was like, who cares? buy it because it's going much higher, right? 30, 40% off a low of 600, was not a materially high number. So if you think 47 is high, it's not. Now, that doesn't mean you might not run into resistance here or at 52, okay? But 47, in my mind, is a stopping point, but that's not a high number for Bitcoin. And 3,300 sure as shit isn't a high number for ETH. So let's get into that. Now, we have Galaxy Digital, all right? What's Galaxy Digital telling us? Well, we got the huge bottom last week, right? This is why I love this thing. I love it, I love it, I love it, okay? If Galaxy Digital is above 23, then it can turn around and go to 32. So as long as Galaxy Digital is above 2366, the answer to the question is, can I grab it on a dip or should I get involved? The answer is, if Galaxy is above 2366, this is a weekly chart, then I think it's safe to try and get whatever dip you can get, okay? Now, that may take a day or two, but remember, this NFTLA thing, these guys are going to be on the stage pumping crypto for 3 days. So I'm guessing dips are limited. Bitcoin weekly chart, okay? Featured this in a Token Metrics newsletter over the weekend. 45,000 roughly is a big Fibonacci number. It's the 38% retracement of the move from the low in March of 2020 all the way to the recent high. All right. So if there is a dip, if there is like a lurch lower, I would expect 45 to act as support. Okay. This is like thinking long-term to make tactical decisions. Now let's zoom in. Don't worry. We are going to go to the DeMark work. So please hit the like button. That's coming. Okay. Using this hidden pivot method, which admittedly is hit and miss in crypto, right? I'm showing resistance at 48,400. So I don't want you to FOMO in right to the resistance point. What I guess happens is that everyone waits for the dip as this is being recorded, like, 2 o'clock Central Time, right? Everyone will FOMO in at the end of today because they're upset that they missed it. Then after they FOMO in, it'll come off, and that will be your opportunity. Okay, Avalanche, Taz, if you're out there, okay, Avalanche has resistance at 93. Avalanche may respect that resistance point today. It may not. If Avalanche takes out 93, then you kind of know Avalanche is back in town because you got this really nifty looking teacup and handle formation, which one of our loyal readers pointed out. Okay, our loyal viewers. Can you tell I didn't grow up with YouTube? Okay, if this is right, okay, AVAX probably going back to its high. Now, the token metrics indicator, all right, for the overall market. So you know how I have total crypto market cap? Well, we have total crypto market cap with these little dots made by artificial intelligence that take the grades of 6,000 cryptos and say, all right, when does the AI brain say buy and when does it say sell? Let's plot it on total crypto market cap. This is not available on the site, right? Normally our premium customers get this, okay? But of course, I'm sending it out to y'all for some love, all right? 25% discount on Token Metrics at the bottom, trying to be a little bit more subtle today, right? So WIC 25 all, get you 25% off, right? And as I said, right, what's the best call of the last 5 days? Is it the Bitcoin call? Is it the ETH call? No, because, I'm not always right. I get that. The best call is if you had Token Metrics 4 days ago, it paid for itself already. Okay. This thing is green, green, green. All right. And frequently what happens is you'll get the green signal. You'll get nice follow through. Okay. And then sometimes you'll get a pause and then sometimes not. I didn't label it on the graph, but when this market topped in 2021, that was it. It turned around and went down. Okay. That's in the top right corner. It's probably tough to see, but you got to remember, okay, when this thing goes green, it means business. Okay. the crypto.com daily index. So which crypto should you buy? If you're going to FOMO in, what should you FOMO into? Should you do Bitcoin, or how about Algorand or Solana? Okay. Bitcoin seems something that our AI is picking along with Solana. Now you're like, Solana? Really? That's what I said. Okay. But look at this. Okay. When we do small altcoins, right? Like our quant guys are trying to get this on the site. So when you go to the site, you'll see a coin, you'll see a grade. We list the ones that have the best grades. Well, in this case, Solana is the coin with the best grade. So rare that you see a big cap with that sort of characteristic. So the blue number is the Token Metrics grade. And for the people who read our newsletter, last week we had in there for customers that when you have these small altcoins or things about to moon, the grade in blue goes up and stays up, and then price in red catches up. Note the discount coupon code at the bottom, folks. I mean, this is what you're looking for when you're looking for small coins. The longer the ranking stays up, the longer the market stays positive. I mean, can you imagine Solana doing what, Kyber or, ARRR or Maple or, what Beefy Finance did? I mean, can you imagine that? Okay. Now let's talk about the Bitcoin Visual Trends Indicator. Okay. That also has the discount code on it. Now it's flipped green recently. Okay. These momentum systems, our system is a little bit more sophisticated than average because we've got AI and machine learning involved. So the system got chopped up during the range, the recent range. That's understandable. But the thing that is interesting now is that the system went bullish and then the market went up immediately, which means our system is not the only system that's beeping. Institutions who trade these things, they don't just like gunfight the whole thing. They have systems, they have algos. So every algo in the world is FOMOing into Bitcoin. Okay, now let's dissect what these signals can look like. So on the left, you have a bullish signal from July. And in that case, the market went up, came back to where the signal was issued, and then resumed. Okay. And over on the right, in September, there was a bullish signal, but the market just kept going. And on the right, you had a bearish signal, which saw some chop, and then the market rolled over. So what's the point? The point is, you don't know how powerful this rally is. I think you're going to get a dip, but you're not going to get much of a dip. We'll see if that's right. Now, if the whole world doesn't believe this, and I walk in the front door of NFTLA, right, and it looks like the crypto army has been deployed, then there's going to be no dip, right? Because that would be painful. Now, I don't think you should buy it at 48. I think you should just wait. Dip means, $3,000 dip. You can just pause, right? So the new definition of a dip, sans a geopolitical event, is the pause that refreshes. All right, so here's the Bitcoin chart with that resistance point near 47,200. Bitcoin takes that out. They're not interested in a dip. They're not. I had 47, 48. Bitcoin smokes through that. It's game on, right? In the meantime, maybe a pause is in order, okay? ETH is the same thing at 3380, right? This hidden pivot method is giving you an indication that, ETH is either going to pause here and come off, okay? Now, if ETH blows through this, then it's on, okay? In the meantime, if you didn't do anything, I don't think you have to be in a hurry. Let this thing lurch up at the end of today and then see if it comes off, right? We're in a mode where we're buying breakouts or we're buying pauses, but I don't think you want to buy a FOMO move at the end of the day in equities, right? Like, if it breaks out tomorrow or it breaks out a couple days, if it comes off a couple days, but I don't think you want to FOMO into the post-weekend move with a crypto conference just starting, right? That could propel the move. It could also propel short-term FOMO that could get unwound. So let's review, all right? You probably want to own this, okay? You don't want to FOMO in on Monday. You may want to FOMO in Tuesday or Wednesday, right? Take the chance that you'll get a pause. If it doesn't pause, go back to the token metrics indices. It's on, right? So patience, very short term. Then you either go on a dip or go with the flow in a couple of days. Okay, let's take a look at some of these altcoins. I discussed this from equities, right? What's old is new again. Don't be effing short Metaverse, or don't not be long Metaverse and NFTs in front of an NFT and Metaverse conference, for Christ's sake. Me and my NFT analysts were so pissed. We were like, oh my God, we missed the Decentraland and Rarible event last night. We woke up this morning and all this stuff's up 20%. Okay. So if we're looking at Vulcan, there's resistance at 1265. So again, you know, if it goes through 1265, you know it's on. But in the meantime, I don't think you chase this today. Okay. Now, Senso, not playing around, right? The resistance was at 81 cents. So if Senso is above 81 cents, then Senso can keep going. Okay. And to the extent that this can pull other things with it. Okay. Now, our AI likes, I believe I'm saying it right, Avagochi, GHST. Okay. This thing was at $3.60, and it's just sort of getting started here around $2. Okay. So if our AI stays on this, this could be something to look at and say, all right, this looks like something that you'd buy up 10%. Okay. RMRK, I have a level at 1796. So that's kind of maybe the next target. And then you see what happens when it gets there. If you've been bag holding in this, I would say definitely wait to see what happens when it gets to that level. Now, Apecoin, right? Have not forgotten about this, right? The first time I talked about it, it was at 14 something. It couldn't get above that. It went down. I'm like, well, maybe it's going to go a lot lower. It didn't. That's the first clue, right? So the first level didn't work, but the decline, there were buyers. So I'm looking at a level 1489 in Apecoin. Now, if Ape holds that, then Ape can go up, right? In other words, this is starting to feel like a little bit like license to speculate. Now, that can last a day, or that can last all the way out to the first week in April. So, you know, if you want to play, I've been saying this for 2 weeks. If you're going to make money in crypto, you got to make money in crypto now. Oh, wait, look, it's the big coupon page I normally hit y'all with early. Now I'm trying to hit y'all with it late. Okay. WIC 25 all is 25% discount in token metrics, expiring at the end of the month. People, come on, right? All right. And that is the market update. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Steve J said DeFi perp broke out. Yeah. All that stuff nobody likes, right? We talked about this, right? If they hate it, or they don't own it, it's going up. It's that simple. That's how all these bull market breakouts work. Okay. Luna is converting the Bitcoin maxis into UST bulls. Okay. Polygon and Matic. All right. So let's try to get as many of these requests done as I can. Okay. All right. So we have a huge number of requests because we're pumping up the jam here. Let me get into the chart program so we can get rolling here for people. Okay. All right. So as soon as I tell you ETH has resistance at 3380, what does it do? Oh, it smokes through it. Okay. So here comes your, end of day FOMO rally. All right. Now let's get into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, so here's the Bitcoin short-term chart. What are you noticing? Okay, for people who are new to the stream, okay, these 13 and 9 signals, they can mean short-term tops. All right, the next level to look at is 48,600, which we talked about this. So this is the end of day FOMO rally, but the market is ignoring topping signals. This has been going on now for 2 or 3 days, right? What happens when the market shifts from range to trend? So if you look at this, you go, I don't understand these numbers. You don't have to. The market is switching from range because range trading signals aren't working. They're not producing tops. Okay. Here comes ETH. Okay. So ETH, you know, holy Christ. Like I said, all right, there was supposed to be resistance at 3380 and ETH is just smoking through that. Right. So as I got done talking, and this is classic, right? You get done talking and what happens? It just takes off. It just goes. All right. All right. I say let them do what they have to do today and then move later. But, you know, if ETH is at 4,000 by the end of the conversation, then we'll have to reevaluate. Okay, let's go to the layer ones because I plotted this all out for you because I know you're going to want me to go through this coin by coin. Okay. Okay. So Avalanche, right? There are 2 points on the upside, right? Again, note that it's ignoring the topping signals like the 13s. So with Avalanche, the next upside targets are 97. So 97 is probably going to be resistance. If 97 is not resistance, it's going right to 106. Okay. I don't know that I want to buy it in front of 97. Okay. Now, Solana, again, there's the 13 top, right? This is a 4-hour chart. So that should stop Solana, right? Well, there's resistance at 116. That should stop Solana, right? Well, guess what? Okay, I'm down with that. It could stop Solana. If it doesn't stop Solana, I think Solana is going to 200. Now, if you missed the early part with the AI presentation, that's okay, right? Not investment advice. So if anything is going to get wild in this market, it's ETH and Solana. Okay, Polkadot. Okay, how many times have we been going off on Polkadot? Right, the roadmap for Polkadot. Okay, the roadmap for Polkadot is everyone hates it and it goes up. So no one wanted it at 20, which is where we wanted it. Now it's got a 13 top signal. Right now the question is, seriously, the question is, will Polkadot respect? This is actually an Elliott wave top signal as well. Now, if Polkadot holds support at 2275, okay, Polkadot's going to go to 24, and the next level I have is 25, which is a nice way of saying Polkadot's going to go up a lot, honestly, right? Now, you got to think about this. If there's a 5-day parabolic in Bitcoin, mini parabolic, right, where, you know, dips are limited and it's painful to figure out how to get in, right? Can you imagine what can happen in these altcoins? Like if Bitcoin moves for like 5 or 6 days, you know, altcoins might move for 10. Okay. I don't want to get crazy, but it's happening. Okay. Cardano ignores the 13 top signal, goes to resistance between 121 and 125. So I would guess Cardano is probably going to take a break within the next 3 hours. Okay. Now, in the next 12 hours. Now, if Cardano does not take a break, I really don't have much resistance above $1.25. They can just kind of get wild. Honestly. All right, let's go to Metaverse. Okay, I mean, somebody had asked me about theta, and I had theta up here. Okay, this is an example. You see these 13s? Those are topping signals. Look at what happens when this market starts ignoring topping signals. Okay, I heard somebody earlier wanting to look at Matic. Okay, these are all going to be 4-hour charts. All right, and what we're looking for is a market ignoring topping signals. Okay. And then I'm going to use a nifty DeMark tool that's very hard to explain. It's called absolute retracement. Okay. What absolute retracement does is it tries to give you an indication of how far a rally can go, right? It's not perfect, but sometimes it can give you really interesting signals, right? And now I'm not getting anything in Matic, all right? So you have to ask yourself, what can happen if this gets out of hand, right? So there's resistance in Matic, probably right around where it is right now. And tomorrow is going to be a DeMark 9 top. All right. So let's try to use Matic for an altcoin strategy, right? Altcoins are probably going to lurch higher today and tomorrow. Then they're probably going to come off hard. So the higher and harder it rallies now, the bigger the correction. Maybe that's the new strategy. Okay. So it's like we're doing a video within a video. Okay. Please hit the like button. Okay. So this thing in Cosmos, this could get stupid. This is one of these coins that, I mean, look at this red candle here. Look at this. I mean, everybody packed it in like, Phantom was like going away or something because some guy resigned. You got to be kidding me. This thing was like onboarding people in Austin, Texas into crypto. I mean, this is how people were getting involved. So Phantom can go to 188 and it's got 4 more possible up days, right? So it's probably overbought short term, but you got to ask yourself what altcoins, right? If there's going to be up and then dip, find the ones with the most up, okay? Find the ones with the most up. Aiken says, I need a 3 to 5x metaverse play. All right. Well, we were hooking you up with a 3 to 5x metaverse play last week, but I will try to find you one now because you know what, folks? When I was at Goldman, this is what I did. I would say, let's find a top. And everyone would go, no. And then it would top. And then it would say, what do I do now? Right. They only needed me for tops. Sometimes they needed me for bottoms, but only really for tops because everybody in equities is bullish all the time. So this is a question I'm used to getting. Now, Tezos, all right? What happened in Tezos? Well, there was a 9 top. It paused, right? So we've talked about this on the stream, right? DeMark has 2 groups of indicators that everyone knows about, right? It goes, a certain set of conditions will be counted 1 through 9. That's called the setup phase, right? And then it pauses and it has a counter trend move. And if it holds, it has what's called the countdown phase. So there's setup. I think I spoke incorrectly. 1 through 9 is setup. Then there's a pause. Then there's countdown. And that's a certain set of conditions 13 times. So right now, Tezos, if I was long Tezos, I would just leave it. Honestly, I would just leave it. It's like, okay, you guys tried to kill me in February and I'm still here. And if you wanted to get long, okay, well, this is not the opportune time, but the market is giving you some kind of dip today. Note this candle right here, right? The market went up and then it came off. You're like, that's not really a good candle. Well, that was your dip. Then the next day it's green. So these altcoins have got life left in them. Okay. What about Vechain? Vechain, along with Roon and other things, just like kind of a pet project that I just can't stop liking. Okay. Vechain taking off. And how can Vechain not take off in a world where supply chains are messed up, for God's sakes? Okay. So here's all the pain in Vechain. This is the daily chart. Okay. So you got resistance at 8 cents. I have to control myself. I have to chill. Okay. But notice how everyone is in a big hurry to sell at 8 cents. Okay. In other words, everyone's asking me like, when's the dip? Well, sometimes you get surprised. This decline or when they FOMO in and come off, that is the dip. Let me say that again. That is the dip. So I can't be with you all day, although I'm sure that day is coming where we just sit here all day and do crypto. But it's only an hour show. So you know, with Vechain, here's the 13 and the 9 top, and they sell it. Okay, fine. But then people are coming back in after it. All right. Theta, I just did. Okay. When will I see Zill move out of left field? Well, sir, I don't know that. Each coin has its own catalyst. Zill has gone from 4 to 11, right? And I can't for the life of me remember what I said about Zill. Okay. So there is the huge move, right? And Zill is a great lesson of what? Look at how this market tortured you from December all the way until March. Everybody gave up. Everybody sold after the 9 top, right? This is classic. You got the 1-day pause and then boom, boom, right? I mean, that's it. That's how this thing is going to work until further notice, right? You do get pullbacks. Pullbacks look like tops, but they're not. They're not tops. They're just bulls taking a break, right? With people taking profits. Okay, here's Harmony, I believe, won. All right, it's taken out resistance at 15 cents. Again, DeMark 9 top comes off textbook, right? We're at a 4. It can go to 13. You know, let me see what's going on in Algorand. Okay, Algorand, nobody wanted it. There was a 9 top. It comes off, right? And then it just goes. Now, the big question in Algorand is, will all of these big players who are constantly selling it as a dollar, are they out of ammo? Are they out of ammo at a dollar? So it looks like Algorand is going to find resistance near a dollar. However, I will tell you this. Okay. There's resistance at like basically a dollar and 1 cent. So support is at 93 cents. So the dip was earlier today in Algorand. Most likely Algorand is going to head for a dollar, I don't know, like $1.02. And the ultimate objective may be $1.09. Now think about it. If everyone's selling it at $1 and it doesn't back off, anybody out there who likes Algorand undoubtedly has a reason for why they like Algorand. Okay. So this thing could go from being dead to being the real deal. Now, I don't want to get crazy, okay, because there is resistance and we're probably headed for a 13 top. But within the next 3 days, if you're holding Algorand, you're going to know who's in control. The guy selling at $1 or people who missed it and want it, and they're going to come in and buy the dip. Okay, these are the levels that you should be focusing on. Okay, I'm looking at a Neo roadmap. All right, so there is resistance up here. It stopped here before, right? Probably at $28.18. So I'm guessing that they're going to take out this high and probably try to move to 30. Is it going to go straight to 30? I don't know. I don't know. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Okay, Driftless Crypto says the BTC buying pressure is insane. It is. And we've been talking about the future of money. So in Neo, right, like I said, there's really nobody home until 30.50. Okay, we'll go to KDA. Sorry about moving my screen around. All right, KDA. KDA is not up today with everything else, and KDA fans are like, I'm so angry. All right, I'm okay with that. Let's see if we can help you out. Okay, here's how I would do KDA. This to me looks like something that's building up steam to try to make a move. Okay, so it hasn't rallied yet, and you're probably upset about that. I understand that. Okay, but when I look at this, the next level that you care about in KDA, in my opinion, is like 725. And that seems to kind of make sense, right? That's like a relatively even number. Okay. So when you get to 725, right, that's where it stopped a couple times, right? And what you want to see in stuff like this is you want to see it just breaking through. You want it to be like, oh my God. That's why it stopped here, right? That's why it stopped. So if KDA takes out 725, all right, you're probably looking at 780. Okay. Driftless Crypto wants us to look. Gala, did we get already go over? No, we did not. We did not go over that. Let's go to Metaverse, where I think I have Gala queued up. I can't believe anybody is going to get in front of any of this stuff. Like outside my window, I look to the left and I could see the Los Angeles Convention Center outside. And I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be filled with metaverse madmen and madwomen for a day. Okay. So let's go to Gala for 3 days. Okay. So predictably, okay, all the 13 tops are being ignored on the 4-hour chart. So that makes us switch to like a different time frame. So with Gala, you're probably looking at 34 cents. Okay. You're probably looking at 34 cents, right? This is the 8. There's going to be a 9. And this looks like just straight up altcoin FOMO. So your choices are jump in now, take profits, not investment advice, and then come back in on the dip. So in, out, in, right? Or you just wait. You just wait. Okay? If you missed it, you see what happens. If you long it, keep it for now, right? Okay. Did you make a mistake with ICP? All right. Well, first of all, if you did, forgive yourself. Everybody makes mistakes in crypto. Honestly, this looks kind of constructive, right? There's the 9 top, there's the pause, and now it looks like this trend is just getting going. Now, if it takes out 2450, all right, then you can say to yourself, I did not make a mistake in ICP. Okay, let's go to the weekly. Okay, so for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks, ICP made you miserable. And now ICP is turning around for probably what's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, possibly to the upside. Now that may be 9 weeks. That's a long time, but you would think that ICP could at least unwind the give up trade, right near 31.97. Okay, people asking for Chainlink. What is going to happen with Chainlink? Okay, well, the give up trade started at 25. That's one thing we know. Okay, we know that no one is excited about Chainlink. Chainlink kind of has that look where it's going to do one more rally and then come off. Okay, that's like the tactical view. Let's see what the 240-minute chart looks like. Okay, did you miss a good entry for Chainlink? Okay, well, I mean, Chainlink has been ignoring 13 and 9 tops for a while. So if you saw a 13 and a 9 top and you backed off, okay, well, that's understandable. But if you want to feel better, I mean, look at the Chainlink weekly chart. I mean, Chainlink in January was at 25.62. And now with the war, there's more of a case for the future of money. There's a 9 bottom on the weekly, right? It's just now starting to go the other way on the count. So, okay, so you didn't buy the low, okay? Everyone who doesn't buy the low and sell the high every time, raise their hand. Everybody thinks that because they don't buy the low or sell the high, they can't participate. You can't participate on a dip, okay? You have more risk if you're coming in after it's green. But again, that's why you got to have what? Token metrics, because those momentum signals, when they come in, they give you a little bit more confidence if you have to grab it on a limited dip, or if you just have to say, I'm FOMOing in. That's what this stuff's for, right? This is like what we do. Okay, now I know we got some heavy requests here. Okay, we have Trius. Let me see if I got that in DeMark. No, we have AR. Let's see if we have that in DeMark. We do. Okay. Okay, so AR, same thing, 9 bottom on the weekly. And last week I was like, hey, this is just starting. And this week I'm like, hey, this is just starting. I'm like, Bill, you sound like a broken record. And I'm like, yeah, this is just starting, right? In other words, in altcoins, right, you probably got 4 to 5 more days of this. Who is going to sell Metaverse in front of like a Metaverse mega catalyst convention? I'm not. Okay. Somebody was asking for Cosmos. Okay. Cosmos making a 13 top on the 4-hour chart. Don't know that anyone cares. Talked about this at 27. Honestly, on the daily, it's just getting started and probably can head for 35. So you probably got 4 more up days in Cosmos. And remember, Cosmos outperformed, then it underperformed. Now it may be switching into outperforming mode. Okay. Don't doubt it. All right. Decentraland. Okay. 13 and 9 tops on the short-term chart. No one cares. All right. Let's look at the daily. Okay. Nico is telling me while I'm talking, Bitcoin broke 48. You can tell the FOMO is getting cranked up across the street. Okay. They're going to buy this stuff probably right into the equities close, right? Everybody who missed it didn't get the dip. Now they're going to FOMO in. Okay. The question is, after they get done FOMOing in, what happens? Do you get a dip? Do you have to wait? Sometimes you have to be cool, right? You have to be cool when it goes down. You have to be cool when it goes up. So just try to be cool. Now, in some of these altcoins like Decentraland, you're talking about 3 to 4 more days. So the next leg of this, if there's a FOMO leg to it, it may be in these altcoins, right? It may be. Okay. The only reason that this market would not stop is because ETH, the bus is leaving. The bus is just leaving. Okay. So Sandbox was at, I don't know, it was at, $2 and no one wanted it. Right. And then it was up here at $8 and everyone wanted it. And it just came across the critical fib number at 334. So let's go over this. When Sandbox stopped everybody out for like a month, below this big fib number, everyone gave up on Sandbox. Then Sandbox off South by Southwest, right, where they had a party, I believe, with Paris Hilton as the DJ. It doesn't take much in crypto, right? Sandbox turns around. Now it's at 366, and everyone's like, I missed it. But wait a minute, the support's at 334, and the all-time high is 850. Do you need a professional analyst to sort that out? In other words, you can look at this and make your decision. I'd be happy to help you. I want you to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. But you can have confidence in yourself. Don't freak out and be like, oh my God, I missed it. Okay, you didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything. Okay, if we got a 5 to 6 day rally, okay, you can help make the decision. Okay, IMX, taking out resistance at 242. Nice rounding bottom on the daily chart. Okay. In other words, altcoins are getting to the point where no one cares about resistance. Okay. If you get a dip to $2.42, that's where I would like think about it. Right. In other words, in altcoins, it's like, all right, or in any of these coins, like, okay, I don't know if I'm in a huge hurry to pay 48 for Bitcoin, but I'd be in a bigger hurry to pay for Solana or ETH. Okay, if it breaks out or the dip's limited. That's just how I would do it. Okay. Okay, last year I got mad. I didn't buy Solana at 25. Then I cried as it hit 300. If you want it, buy it from Megan. People, you got limited windows in a weird world to make money in crypto. So I have been on a don't FOMO policy. Don't FOMO now means don't make emotional decisions. If you're about to hit the green button because you feel like you've lost your mind, don't do it. If you're hitting the green button because you did your homework, you watched this video or others, and then you're like, okay, I think this is breaking out, or I think Bitcoin has broken out and altcoins are next, then hit the green button. Okay? Suggest best crypto with max potential. Okay? And somebody is also asking about Near. Well, here is what I can tell you about that. Okay? Near, which our fundamental guys really like, okay, basically has done nothing but go up since it hit $9. Okay? $9 was it. Now, Near has gone all the way up to 21. Okay? So Near has massive potential. Okay? I see support in Near at 1289. Notice how they dipped down there earlier today and it came back. So Near has a lot of potential based on what our fundamental guys think. Avalanche as well. Now, other than Vechain, the box of chocolates under the bed, not investment advice. They've had trouble executing from a technology point of view. Okay. I have been a fan of Roon. All right. So this is an interesting, it's cross-chain DeFi. They get a small, the greater the percentage of Bitcoin and ETH they get in their system, the higher the coin can go. So it's been going up. People are taking profits. But if you look at the weekly chart, right? Yeah, okay, it's gone from 4 to 10. I don't necessarily advocate FOMOing in at 10. Wait and see if you get a dip, okay? But, you know, the next resistance point is at 1716. So if you're looking at upside potential, I mean, there's a lot of coins. It's not investment advice, but our fundamental guys like Near. The chart of Roon is interesting. All right. And they've had a whole bunch of other coins that they talk about regularly. So tokenmetrics.com. And don't forget that private group webinar where our fundamental guys, you know, where our fundamental guys talk. Okay. BTC is mooning. Okay. Let me get Perp up on the screen. Okay. That comes from Margarita. Okay. Perp. Okay. When Perp bottoms, it bottoms, right? We were looking at this at 4. It's now at 5. That's the weekly chart. Okay. All right. And there, okay, there's your 9 top. And sometimes the 9 top gives you the pause all in one day. And then it just starts to resume. I mean, Perp could go back to 646. Perp could go to 20. You know, that's it. All right. Let's see what this market is, because somebody's telling me BTC is just mooning indiscriminately. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You know, they don't care about 48,000. Technical resistance at 48 is there. Are they going to care? There's resistance. Yes. Is 48 expensive? No. Is 3,300 or 3,400 in ETH expensive? No. Matter of fact, I think it's cheap. That's just my opinion, though. This is a technical analysis show, not investment advice. Okay, somebody out there, a friend, is just into and needs us to help him with Ethereum Classic. So let's get ETC up here. Okay, V-Share says be very careful of the pump and dump. That's what I'm telling you, right? Be careful that the institutions aren't pulling you in at the equities close, getting everybody to panic buy. Just, you know, just understand where your head is when you're making decisions. I should have said that. That would have been easier. All right. But sometimes it takes me a while to figure out how to help you. Right. Okay. So Ethereum Classic, massive FOMO to 50, back down again, and then massive FOMO. Okay. And then back off. Okay. Let's see if we can find some navigation help on an intraday chart. All right. So you've got your 13 top and your resistance at 50. Okay. So I would say I would say that unless you believe this is going to absolutely go crazy, okay, I would say give it like 8 hours, 12 hours. So this video is March 28th, right? Give it a couple hours. If everybody wants to buy Ethereum Classic after a 13 top at underneath resistance at 50, okay, if you love it, if you were holding this, I would tell you to just hold it. It's tempting to take profits, but everyone took profits. It's a 5-wave top. It's a 13 top. No one cares. No one cares today. All right. Now, that said, okay, Ethereum Classic was at 10. Okay. All right. So we are approaching levels in some cryptos where you're like, okay, I bought this thing. It went up. That's great. It went to 56 or it went to 46. Should I be taking some money off the table? Probably in stuff like this, right? So if you bought speculative stuff that went up, it's okay to pay yourself because other people are paying themselves in front of 50. So if you have it, keep it. But you can take some profits. That's all. You can take some profits. And then if it breaks through 50, you can buy the next dip. Okay. But in highly speculative coins, and when you got stuff that's moved from 20 to 50 in what, 2 weeks, right? That's where you got to think, all right, do I need to take some money off the table? Okay. Elias, we appreciate that feedback. Okay. Rose, I don't think I did, or FTT. By the way, while I pull up these charts, I just want to thank everybody for watching the show. Okay. Believe it or not, when I first started on YouTube, I didn't start on YouTube to become famous. I started on YouTube because my boss, Ian Bellina, thought it was a good idea. Next thing you know, I get invited. All right. Apparently, I'm a part of some like influencer attraction here at NFTLA. So I'm here at this meetup where people want to meet influencers. I'm like, does that mean I'm an influencer? Well, it means I'm an analyst and I'm here for you. So what the world thinks of it, they think of it. Now, when we look at FTT, with that trivia aside, we have 52. Okay. 52 was a resistance point, and now it isn't. Now it isn't. Now, if you walk outside this building in LA, oh my God, there's the crypto.com arena. There's Gemini trying to keep up with lighted sign. I feel like I'm living in like crypto Times Square. I look at this, I'm like, oh my God, what is going to happen if you get people on these exchanges? What is going to happen? I mean, look at FTX. FTX has been torturing people since the US Thanksgiving holiday, right? I mean, there is, I mean, okay, yeah, it has to get above 53, but it's acting like, I don't care. And when you look at these cool DeMark Fibonacci extension lines called absolute retracement, it gets to the level and then it sits there and then it just starts creeping above, right? Okay. It just starts creeping above. Okay. It just starts creeping above it. All right. Now, I did Apecoin earlier. 1489 is a good level. And I appreciate that, Driftless. Notorious is emerging. Okay. Humility aside. Okay. Okay. RVN. So, yes, I'm definitely getting ready to rock the house. Okay, Ravencoin. I know Ravencoin from old school as the tokenization of everything. This is the daily chart, and I don't see any reason why it can't go to 10, not investment advice. Let's see if it's ignoring any topping signals. Okay, so, interesting that right around, I don't know, this looks like right around 7 cents was support, right? It goes up, it comes off, and people want it. I think you're going to see this in all the small altcoins, right? Bitcoin will go to 48. Everyone will get excited. And then what's going to take off is ETH and the small altcoins. And you'll have like a 5-day speculative wave. Okay. I don't think I did Illuvium yet. Okay, Sean, we did GHST. Okay, it's one of the ones that are favored most by tokenmetrics.com. It's actually in our indices, meaning our AI has picked it as one of the top coins, as one of the top graded coins, okay, not investment advice, top graded coins for now, which is interesting because sometimes our AI picks up on Mo trades, that's Bitcoin and Solana, and GHST is something it's picking up on just because it's kind of going sideways, which is interesting because I've seen the AI pick stuff that goes sideways and then boom, it just goes. So if you like GHST for whatever the fundamental reason is, okay. Now, Illuvium, okay, here's the 9 top. Here's it come off. So it goes all the way up, comes all the way back down. Okay, the next level of interest is 650. And I don't see any reason why this can't unwind its whole February give up trade all the way up to 731. Again, Metaverse NFTs, there was a pre-NFTLA party, which I was not here for. There's NFTLA between now and the 31st, and there's women in NFTs. All these conferences now, they have the pre-parties and the post-parties. So this FOMO-asaurus event that's going on, which is a catalyst, right? What's old is new again. What I was talking about before is, or in last 3 streams, is that in equities, right? When you have a conference, you have analysts speaking, you have companies speaking. Everyone goes, oh, okay, they're going to announce something like earnings are better than expected, or, we've got enough money to open a new factory to increase earnings. Well, in crypto, right, it's just excitement, new things, new projects, and stuff that people gave up on, like all the crypto hedge funds got wiped out. Everybody sold everything off the war to reduce risk. Now, what are they going to do when it starts going up and their models start beeping? Well, they're going to have to come back in, of course, right? Okay, so, not trying to go insane. Okay, Sajid wants to know what's the best buy right now. Well, you got to go to tokenmetrics.com, dude, and you got to see our rankings page. Right now, the number 1 ranked coin is a large cap Solana. That's what I can tell you. So Kraken Research thought that, Solana was going to go to some ungodly number on the upside. Okay. King says, let's talk about Ren because no one's talking about Ren. Speaking of no one talking about it, look at crypto.com going through 50 cents on the daily chart. It was resistance and now it's not. I'm almost to the point where no one cares about resistance, right? I think what you care about is support, right? Honestly, I mean, in Bitcoin and ETH, you have to respect the tactical levels, but in some of these altcoins, okay, now again, Ren, you get the 13 top, no one cares, and it goes up to 50 cents. Now, in the case of Ren, all right, Ren is going to require cooperation from Polkadot and Kusama and Cosmos. So if that whole trade's going to take off, then Ren will take out 50. But Ren's got to get in front. Ren's got to go through 48, 50, and 53 to clear resistance. Now, I'm not saying it can't. Last time Polkadot and everything took off, Ren was the leader. So if Polkadot's going to 27, then Ren's going to melt through 50 cents. Okay, and that's just how you're going to have to trade it. You're going to have to identify the levels, identify the narratives, okay, and then see how the market reacts, right? Remembering that the best stuff to have, right, is my Jersey accent in your ear and the Token Metrics website telling you, here was a bull signal, it went up. What did it do? Did it keep going or did it come back to the bull signal and then go up, right? You just, you literally, I could stay, when the market's like this, I could stay on all day, right? Do you think Zcash is the next Bitcoin? I don't think Zcash is the next Bitcoin. I think Zcash is the next Zcash, meaning Zcash has got like a privacy function, possible smart contracts, right? All kinds of smart influencers on crypto Twitter, saying, my name is Buck and I don't give up. I'm staying long Zcash. Okay. So like I said, here's the 9 top on the daily chart. It comes off, it tries to go up, and it gives you this chop, which is going to happen, right? In other words, bull markets are difficult. Is Zcash the next Bitcoin? I don't know. It could be Nano, it could be Zcash, but I'm telling you right now, okay, that, and this is what I mean. You look at the DeMark stuff and there's support around 201. That was supposed to be resistance, but now it's support. The thing you want to look for is support. Resistance is at 215. Okay, it stopped there. I'm not saying resistance doesn't matter. I'm saying you want to focus more on support, right? In other words, once it hits resistance and comes off, where's the support? Okay. Someone's asking for Nano. I think this system limits how much Nano I can get given the symbol change. Okay. All right. So Nano is not doing much of anything. This is the 4-hour chart. Okay. But you see this red area. Okay. Now that's like a volatility warning signal. Okay. It can be a top. It's at the higher end of the range, or I've just seen it like if it's not a top, the thing just turn around and smokes to the upside. I mean, the future of money is here. Okay. My former colleague called it the digital cash solution. There's no way there isn't more than one digital cash solution. There isn't. So, okay. Someone said Doge. Sean, I appreciate the love. Okay, the Crypto Crusader says that he likes my work and I like you guys too. I definitely appreciate y'all tuning in, right? Subscribe to our channel. Myra, appreciate the encouragement. Okay. Peacemaker, love y'all too. Seriously. You know what? Sometimes influencers give their audience a hard time and make their audience think that they're not good enough. Therefore, they have to listen. I want you to listen, right? And then maybe learn enough to where you can show other people. So in Doge, right? We talked about this with Sheep, about these meme coins sneaking up on everybody, right? So looky, Doge 9 top comes back down, hits what? Support, DeMark support. Now it's pressing through resistance at right around 15 cents. I got news for you, folks. If you get a Doge move through 15 cents, you may be looking at 18 cents. You may be looking at this whole meme coin world waking up again. Okay. Casper, aka the House of Pain. Okay, so here's an 89-minute bar chart of Casper. Okay, so I would say in Casper, if it's above 0.084, then you have a momentum trade starting. Okay, Casper can move and then go dormant and fool you. Okay, but I would say if Casper is above 0.084, then you can start looking for 10 cents. So I guess if you've been suffering this long in Casper, okay, you might try to continue. You might try to continue to suffer. Okay, imagine ETH miners migrating over to ETC. Okay, right? Some people are selling at 50, and if it takes out 50, then that's it. Okay, I got to start wrapping it up here. Okay, OLT. Okay, don't have that here. Okay, so this is interesting. Normally when the Williams RSI, when the Williams indicator gets to even, that's a signal that you should get out. Okay, if this was a bear market. Right now, if that turns out to not be true, okay, this coin has to take out. There are so many zeros, it's hard to. Oh, because I'm looking at it versus Bitcoin. Sorry. Okay, that's probably why it didn't look good. Sorry. Okay, so OLT is waking up. Okay, it is taking out an important fractal on a daily chart. Let me blow this up, or try to blow this up. Okay, so I'm looking at 0.022. So if you see daily closes above 0.022, particularly in the near term, all right, this could be turning. Okay, there's the alligator moving averages, and they look actually okay. They look okay. All right, folks, that's where. Oh, I had one more Trius. I don't know if I did that or not. Okay, let's take a look at Trius. Okay, wow, it's been a long time since I looked at this. All right, now, whatever this is, okay, remember this from last week? If you just joined us, right, or the title of the video as we concluded is Crypto Rally Explained, okay? Well, why is crypto moving like this? Well, because all these cryptos, like Trius, they all went down, down, down. Like bears were like, I'm pushing it down and I'm keeping it down. And their arms got tired and then they let go, all right? And then they realized that the momentum indicators, okay, were showing that their arms were going to get tired at a faster rate. So, oh, I'm super strong. I'm going to hold it down. And then all of a sudden, these momentum indicators were like, oh, no, you're not. And then the market was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm getting tired. I'm going to let go of this. Boom. It was like, right? Galaxy, Bitcoin, ETH, all of these altcoins. And Trius is the same thing, right? Massive new lows, no new low in Stokes. You get stochastics or RSI, you get higher lows. Fatigued bears give up, bulls come in. Good morning from Australia. All right, folks, that's it. I gotta get busy. This is what you gotta do. Make sure when you hit the button, your emotions are stable. I don't have my Zen bell with me, but if I did, I'd be ringing it. Okay. 48 in Bitcoin should be a stopping point. If it's not, ETH's probably going up a lot and alts are going with it. Okay. The definition of a dip may be a rush up and a rush back down. What you care about is support. Resistance matters, but between now and April 5th, where is support? You can figure that out. You can locate the trades and then do the best you can after the up move. Find support. All right, folks, that's it for today. That is the market update from Los Angeles. This is Bill Noble. I will be here tomorrow, hopefully from the convention center.